Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined by Heather Stafford, the Executive Director of Sustainable Valley Technology Group. Heather, good to see you. How are you today?
Thank you. Very well.
So some very cool little investment opportunities for people to talk about. But first, tell us about SVTG. What's this group?
So Sustainable Valley Technology Group is a business accelerator that started going on 5 years ago here in Southern Oregon, dedicated to incubating and accelerating young startup entrepreneurs to become great small businesses for economic development for our region.
Right, okay, and now people sitting at home have the opportunity to invest in some of these businesses?
They do. It's actually quite amazing. What recently passed is administrative rules for the state of Oregon, and people are calling them crowdfunding rules, but really it's more like crowd investing. So now Oregonians are able to invest up to $2,500 of their own personal money, no matter how much money you make, in a company of your choosing who's registered to do one of these offerings with the state.
Okay, tell us a little bit about some of these businesses.
So there's 9 businesses altogether. It's only been 2 weeks, actually, since, it's been very quick.
Very new program, yeah.
Very new program. It's been 2 weeks, and there's 9 companies throughout the state. 4 of them are located here in Southern Oregon. So there's Tauntaun's Artisan Affections, makes some wonderful hummus and gluten-free cookies. There's Wiley's Honey Brews, makes fermented honey sodas. Grovolution has some agricultural technologies in a box, garden in a box. And Rogue Rovers has an electric vehicle for small and specialty ag. All 4 of them are from Southern Oregon. There's 5 others from the rest of the state. And already, just in 2 weeks, they've raised $60,000 from 100 different investors, both in person through these parties that we've done throughout the state and then online.
Yeah, so you guys have been literally touring the state, telling people about this program. And so you said, I think it was a maximum of $2,500 per individual?
Per individual, per company. So they could invest in multiple companies, but most of the shares are only like $100 or $250. So it's not prohibitive to somebody who doesn't want to do the whole $2,500. You could invest $100 in a company you like. And it's a real investment. They're either equity shares or debt. It's a real investment, same as anything that you would do on Wall Street. It's just only Oregonians and only Oregon companies.
Very cool. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have much more with Heather in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Heather Stafford, the Executive Director of Sustainable Valley Technology Group. So Heather, talking about this unique investment opportunity for people, if someone is operating a business and they're watching right now, can they get in on this?
Sure, as long as they're incorporated in the state of Oregon. That's really the only requirement. You do have to meet with a small business development center or some sort of technical service provider that you have a business plan, but nobody's really watching. No one's deciding what's a good deal and what isn't. So it's really up to the investor to decide, to do the due diligence and decide whether or not they want to put their money and support that company or not. It's a relationship between the company and the investor. Okay,
very interesting. All right, so as Oregon, are we following someone's lead on this, or are we the first to have done something like this?
We are not the first. There were actually 13 states before us that did this, so we had the luxury of looking at what they did and picked what we liked and what we didn't like. And actually, Oregon has the most conservative law in the country. Each entrepreneur can only raise up to $250,000. So I say only, which is actually quite a lot of money, as long as they're a business that has under 50 employees. So it's not just for startups either. It's actually better if they've already established a little bit, where cash flow or capitalization of their company could be a problem. And most states are at like the $2 million raise, and most let companies invest $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000 a piece.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's quite a lot. Ours is much lower.
Build up from there. And is there an opportunity to grow?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. I mean, we're going to test this out and see how it works in the state, see how much money starts flowing, and try and go conservative at first, which is sort of funny for Oregon, but we're going a little bit conservative, and we'll grow it from there.
Okay, and so how does the state benefit from this, for kind of overseeing this?
Well, just for some perspective, just the personal savings in Oregon alone, if you took 1% of that number, it's $1 billion. Wow. It's $915 million that could be put to work, rehomelanded, localized, and put to work in communities. So when you talk about impact for rural Oregon especially, where venture capital and angel investments generally favor one certain type of company, one certain stage of company, and one certain region of the state, whereas you've got, now all of Oregon can support themselves.
Okay, and if people want to find out more info, hatchoregon.com, is that right?
Yeah, our partner Hatch Oregon in Portland, they've got all 9 companies are up there. You can actually invest with a credit card right there, hatchoregon.com.
Very cool. Heather, great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.